Since you and I have come to a mutual agreement that we both have hurts we're dealing with, how can we come out of it? Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time of coming here, I'm Coco Saze, and if you've never subscribed to this channel before, please don't forget to subscribe, click the notification button, like the video, and always share. And I would like to see most of your comments at the end of watching this video. Now for today, we're going to be talking about something really exciting, which is dealing with hurt. I know a lot of us have dealt with this thing over and over again. Some of us are still dealing with it, and sometimes you find that a lot of people, they don't even know how to deal with it, and they deal with it the wrong way. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to go through rough times. You know, people say tough people, they are the one that really last, but tough times never last. Yeah, so if you are in a situation where you've been hurt, because if you're dealing with hurt, it means that something has happened to you. Yes, it's either someone hurt you, or probably you hurt yourself, or something, somehow you are hurt on your inside and you're just telling yourself, how can I deal with it? Because I've seen oftentimes people dealing with hurt in very wrong way. Take for example, I heard some time ago about a lady who went to a school, and she went to the higher institution, and funny enough, the wrong person fell in love with her, or probably just liked her. I won't say fell in love, but he liked her. It happened to be a cultist, and this guy did every and anything to get this lady down, and she won't just agree to his asking. And the guy went an extra mile, walked around his friends, and they raped her, and they kept tormenting her until this lady ran away from the school and had to go to another school. Now years later, she lived with that hurt. She bottled it up, not discussing, not telling people about it, not walking herself through it. And years later, she got a job. She became a manager of a big company, and one day she was doing an interview. Guess what? Ta-da! The guy was on the roll for those to be interviewed. And this lady didn't say, okay, I'm not going to take this guy, I'm not going to employ him. She went ahead and employed him, because in her mind, it was her turn to deal with him. And after employing this guy still had the nerves to go about asking this lady to date him again and marry him, that he was a changed person. And the lady said, you know what, yes, I agree, let's get married, let's do this. And they got married. And from the storyline, I heard that over time, this lady was poisoning this guy little by little. For every meal she was giving to him, she was giving him a slow death. I mean a slow death, until this guy finally died. She, according to the story, I don't know how true it is, but I want to use the story to talk to us a little. Now, at the end of the day, after the guy passed on, she actually came and said the story herself, that this was what she did because she wanted to pay back. That was her own way of dealing with hurt. She decided to give a revenge, like what a lot of people would do. You hurt me, I hurt you back. You know, some people just say, okay, if you hurt me, I hurt you back. You step on my leg, I'll step on you back. But most times you find that even when you do that, you don't get the satisfaction. The joy you think you're going to get from hurting the person back, you end up not even getting it, because now the person is gone, but your heart is still there. That thing you refuse to deal with from the onset is still there. It's still eating you up. Some other people say, oh, I'm hurt, someone talked to me anyhow, or a relationship just ended, or a business deal went sideways and the person duped me, or whatever. And at the end of the day, you find yourself going to drink. You drink so much, you drink yourself to stupor, and at the end of the day, you're ending in the drainage of the streets, and you're asking yourself, and someone asks, what happened? How did it get to this place? I say, I was angry, I was hurt, someone hurt me. Truly, the person hurt you, but the person did not end up in that drainage like you. You're hitting yourself, you are eating up yourself, you are carrying all the pity party for yourself, and people are wondering, why are you acting like this? Why have you become so hard that nobody seems to penetrate? You've built so much wall around yourself. Why? Because you're telling yourself it happened before, it's not going to happen again. So you built so much wall around yourself that nobody can talk to you. In fact, in your own, if it's relationship, you say, I'm not going into any relationship again because nobody can hurt me anymore. In fact, this girl, she did me like this guy did this, so it's my turn to begin to do it to people. And whether you do it to 101 persons, it still has not covered up for your own. The hurt will still be there. So how do I deal with this hurt? This pain that aches me in my heart, that every time I think about it, I just feel like I should just break down and the world should just open and let me enter and end this life. That pain, how do I really deal with it? That's what I'm calling for you today. First and foremost, you and I know there are hurts we're dealing with. It's there, it's inside. For some of us, we've been keeping it for 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years. That hurt has been there. For some of you, it was just a rape case. You were raped while you were a child. And now you're an adult. It's still there. So it's still there. Anytime you see guys, you just feel everybody is like that brother, that uncle, that friend that raped you years ago. You're still dealing with it. For some of us, it could just be a little betrayal and it has built a castle in your mind and it has fenced you all around. Since you and I have come to a mutual agreement that we both have hurts we're dealing with, how can we come out of it? Like I always say, there's one thing I know that can help you through every situation, which is God. Pray. You see, this prayer is of utmost importance in the life of every man. If you can pray, there is a God to answer. Tell him to deal with the hurt on your inside. Speak to him. Tell him, God, I don't want this hurt inside. I want to learn to forgive. I want to get out of this thing. I don't want to be held in this bondage anymore, because hurt is actually creating a bond for you. You are holding the person deep down in your heart. You are holding that situation deep down in your heart, and the person is living their life freely, and you are the one in the bondage actually, not the person that hurts you. So you need to pray to God to help your heart, to heal your heart of that hurt. When God has healed your heart, you take a step further to say, I want to forgive. I'm going to forgive this person. I'm going to forgive that thing that brought me down, that thing that is hurting me, that thing that has kept me in bondage. I don't want to be in bondage anymore. I'm going to forgive that crime. I'm going to forgive that person. I'm going to forgive that situation, and I'm going to live freely. I'll make up my mind to live freely. I'll make up my mind to let go of the past. If it's okay for you to reach out to the person, because sometimes there are people that actually hurt you and they didn't even know they hurt you. They didn't even know they hurt you, because when they were doing it, they were not conscious of it. I tell you a story. Some time ago, I found myself in a situation. I wanted to join a group of persons that sing, and I got there. I'm going to twist the story a little bit. So I got there, and we were so many of us that were newbies that came for the audition, and the audition was supposed to be somewhat like a prayer, and they said we're going to pray and allow the Holy Spirit to pick as many of them that were going to be part of it. And they picked everybody except myself and one other lady. And they said, oh, they've picked everybody. These are the people that their spirit is leading them to join the choir and all that. That day I went back, I cried. I cried myself out, because I was just a young girl coming up that wanted to just sing for God. I cried myself out, and I was like, why? Why am I the person that was not picked? Why? I cried and cried. And for a long time, I felt this hurt within me, like, why me? Why wasn't I picked? I started asking myself so many questions. What did I do wrong? I started judging the system that picked the people, and for so long I held myself so bound. And anytime they call for people that want to sing, I just held myself, no, I'm not going to sing, because I don't want anyone to judge me wrongly. And it kept me in my own bondage. I didn't know for so long, until one day I told myself, come on, what is this? Be free. Free yourself from this hurt. Even if someone judged you wrongly yesterday, nobody's judging you today. You own your today. Today is for you. What are you doing about today? What are you doing about the time that you have today? You need to step up, step out, and tell yourself, yesterday is gone. Today is a whole new day for me. I can determine what happens tomorrow by what I decide to do today. So I'm deciding to forgive the hurt, to heal my heart, and to move on with my life. So if you are there right now, even in that hurt, tell yourself, I forgive the hurt, and I'm praying to God to heal my heart, and I'm moving on with my life, because that hurt cannot hold me anymore. I am free. If you're there, say, I'm free. I'm free of the hurt. Thank you so much for listening. I'd like to get your comment about this, and God bless you.